Welcome back to this playthrough series of the Necromancer and Banner Spear. If you haven't watched the first video in this series, be sure to do so, as this will be a continuation of part number 1. Last time we left off in room 1, where we were waiting outside the door, waiting for us to long rest. The Banner Spear had 2 cards remaining in hand, and the Necromancer had 4. Because all these cards don't really do anything in a room without enemies, and both characters are essentially at full health, I just spent one turn getting them to do nothing during that turn. I'm inched the Necromancer 1 hex in front using this turn before taking a long rest. Both characters then declare a long rest at the same time. So these are the cards that I chose to lose during the long rest. The Banner Spear is going to lose Resolve Courage. I don't think this card is going to be very useful moving forward. You noticed in the first room that my Banner Spear failed to line up most of their area attacks, those that require an ally to be in a certain position. I feel that most of the time a bottom move is first required to position myself to land a top attack. So with that being said, it's going to be pretty hard to find a situation where I can use Resolve Courage's bottom to boost my damage, because that forfeits my ability to move that turn. As for the Necromancer, Transfer of Essence is really good, don't get me wrong. However, I feel like I have to sacrifice a bottom action here because I foresee myself severely lacking movement in the rounds to come. Because my move 4 card is in my active area now, the top half is being used as my summoned skeleton. So this locks my access to the move 4, meaning that I'll be deprived of movement. So with that said, I have to get rid of a bottom action, since I'll likely be resolving a lot of bottom actions as move 2s. With the long rest over, it is now time to siege the second room. I don't have a very sound plan for this, but at least it keeps my options open. I think I've picked a plan that is fairly flexible, that can adapt to what the monsters do. My Banner Spear is slated to go first, so that will allow me to scout out what the enemies do before the Necromancer then positions herself in the best possible place with her summons. So the Banner Spear is going to resolve move 4. I'm going to move onto the door for 2 movement points. The enemy actions have been revealed and they are pretty nasty. We'll go through them when it's the enemy's turn, but for now I feel that the best possible move for my Banner Spear is to proceed as planned to go to this corner, which maximizes the distance between us and the ranged Spitting Drakes. Then I'll perform the top of Incendiary Throw, which is a range 3 attack on the Rending Drake. That's quite bad. This does 0 damage. And because it does no damage, it will not inflict the wound on the Rending Drake. So that is very, very unfortunate. Now the enemies are going to come after us. Starting with the Rending Drake, it's going to move into melee range and perform a wicked sick attack, attack 6 with wound. This is an attack 7. I am very inclined to mitigate the damage here. I will take the wound, and I will lose 1 card to prevent this damage. I have chosen to lose pincer movement here in order to negate the 7 incoming damage from the Rending Drake. Following that, this Spitting Drake is going to move first. This is a move 3, range 3, attack 3, 3 damage. Remove this. I'm now muddled as well. Yes, this is quite a torture. This also moves 3 this way, but it's not within range. Next up, we have the Necromancer. So now the Necromancer really needs to make something work here. The Banner Spear is struggling. Living Bones is going to go first. Move 2. Attack 2 on the Rending Drake. Not very good. -1. Alright. Now it's my Necromancer's turn to move with Dark Tidings. This is going to be a move 3. I will position myself here, and I'm going to summon a skeleton in between the 2 Spitting Drakes, like so. Alright. And now we cross our fingers and hope for the best. Oh yes, I will also lose 2 health due to the summon. Okay, I'm not going to lie. Things are looking very bad for us here. I'm not confident we can finish this scenario successfully, but we will give it our best shot. It really comes down to what the enemies draw. Let's see. Thankfully, we move fast enough to outspeed the Spitting Drakes and Rending Drakes. The Spitting Drake is performing... Oh no, that is disgusting. Oh no. Oh, it had to be an AoE attack, right? Yeah, that's really bad. Okay, Rending Drake is doing melee stuff. Interesting. Alright. We don't have a lot of choice here. The Spitting Drake drew a very bad card. AoE is obviously really bad for the Necromancer, but again, we'll try to make things work. Banner Spear is going to take 1 damage from Wound and will resolve a basic move too. Oh, before we do that, sorry. Let's combine effort top first. This is an attack 4 with Wound on the Rending Drake. Unfortunately, we are muddled, so we are going to draw 2 cards and take the worst of the 2. Thankfully, we drew a 0/0, so that is 4 damage. Nice. And we are going to perform a move 2 this way. Right? Before we end our turn, we will also get rid of the wound by playing our minor healing potion, which puts us back at 9 health. Necromancer's turn. We are going to resolve the skeletons first, starting with living skeleton, this one here. Alright, so this skeleton was summoned first, so it will go first, targeting the Rending Drake. That is quite bad. That is quite bad. Okay, the other one will prioritize Spitting Drake 4. Wow, no luck. That's really rough. I have to admit, that's really rough. Alright, the Necromancer's bottom is going to be a Fell Remedy, which will give us a heal 3 if an enemy successfully dies this turn. Our top action is going to be Ritual Dagger. We are going to perform attack 3 poison on this Rending Drake. Given my draw luck, I mean, just look at this. All I need is a +0 or higher for this Rending Drake to die. So as long as I don't draw a null or the last remaining -1 in my deck, I'm good to go. What are the chances? Well, I think that's game. That's really rough. I get a poison, but shit's gonna go down. Oh man, that's rough. That is really rough. I have nothing to say about that. We might as well go Invis. I can't believe that just happened. Ah man, that's very sad. All right, Spitting Drakes. Living Bones dies. And now this will target my Banner Spear, actually. Equidistant, but Banner Spear has faster initiative. Wow. These draws, seriously. Wait, I'm sorry. Wait. No. My skeleton actually survives that hit because this is an attack -1. So it only took 2 damage from the first attack, meaning that the second attack will hit the skeleton and kill it. Alright. That's not so bad. What's really bad is this Rending Drake, who will take 1 wound damage and wail on my Banner Spear. Yeah. Alright. So sad face. So yeah, I called the game there and surrendered. There's no point in continuing on. My Banner Spear would have taken 3 instances of damage, got wounded, and we still have to deal with all 3 Drakes. No way this was going to happen. So, what went wrong? I mean, on paper, this seemed like a good combo, right? You have the minions from the Necromancer able to power up the area attacks of the Banner Spear. But what I found out from playing this game, and one that I did not, come that did not come to mind when I theory crafted was that both classes are prefer to stay back in the previous room rather than to be the one that opens the door. Now, this seems like an oddly specific thing to complain about, but if you think about it, the Necromancer wants to hang back and wait for someone else to open the door after you, the Necromancer says, so that when it's her turn, her minions can act. They can move according to monster AI, enter the room, and attack. So that makes the most sense for the Necromancer. As for the Banner Spear, she is also pretty polite. She says, you know what? After you. Because if I am the first one in the room, I will have no fellow allies in the room. How am I supposed to pull off my big area attacks? And so both of them just don't really go well with each other when they try to open doors. And perhaps this is why you saw that I was very successful in the first room when there were no doors to open, but transitioning into the second room, that is where I dropped the ball. We had an incredibly lackluster door opening turn where the Banner Spear entered the room and did an incendiary throw that did nothing. Granted, I got unlucky with the draw, but even if I had landed a good draw, it wouldn't have changed the outcome of this room. Then the Necromancer went in, did pathetic damage to the Rending Drake, being a lowly skeleton, and the Necromancer herself did not put in any direct damage herself. So because of this, we basically did nothing the first turn, and in exchange we got hit by most of the drakes in the room. And what really sealed the coffin there was when the Rending Drake was still alive after our turns on turn 2. I can't believe we completely missed our attacks and let the Rending Drake survive, but that's how the cards fell. And by letting all the monsters survive on that second turn, we basically had no chance out at that point. We would have taken way too much damage from the drakes to be able to survive the upcoming room. So I feel that this combo is a little lacking in burst damage. It's mostly to, the Necromancer to blame, and I guess that's one of the downsides of playing the Necromancer, is that she can't really dish out a lot of damage early on to quickly kill monsters, unless she uses one of her powerful lost cards that does big melee damage, which I didn't in this case. So yeah, that's exactly what went wrong, and it's a pity that we'll have to cut the playthrough here. There will be no part 3, and I'm really sorry about that. It's just, well, my first time playing with this pair, so hopefully I get better in the future. Maybe we'll come up with a better playthrough next time. Nonetheless, this was an instructive experience, so it's not a wasted video at all, and that's why I uploaded it, even though obviously it ends in defeat. I hope you've learned something from this video as well, and thanks as always for your support. Any comments on how I could have better improved my gameplay? Any suggestions for future class pairings that I should try out? Leave a comment in the comment section, I'll be looking forward to reading them. Until then, goodbye.